Welcome to Miss Hammarlund's science class. Today, I'm going to need your undivided attention because we're going to be talking about mitosis.
Are you speaking a foreign language? This is science class. Are you trying to teach us Greek or something?
You're right. This is science class. And no, I'm not trying to teach you Greek. Come on up and help me with this lesson.
So, what was that word you just said?
Mitosis! Mitosis is a process in the cell cycle. During this process, cells split into two separate daughter cells. This is an important process for growth and the replacing of old cells.
Why don't our cells just grow bigger?
Good question. The larger a cell grows, the less effectively it is able to diffuse materials. If a cell becomes too large, not enough material will be able to cross the cell membrane quickly enough to accommodate the increased cellular volume.
Alright, so how does this division happen?
There are actually different stages to mitosis. We can start talking about them as soon as you grab my tablet.
A few minutes later.
Why don't we start where it all begins? This is a cell in interphase. There are actually three different parts to interphase: G1, S, and G2.
Miss Hammarlund, are you sure you're speaking the same language as me?
No worries, I'll explain. In the G1 phase, a cell grows in size and makes proteins needed for mitosis. Once the cell reaches a certain checkpoint, it moves on into S phase. In S phase, DNA is replicated. After that, the cell enters G2. In G2, a cell continues its growth and produces more proteins. After these three phases of interphase, the process of mitosis begins.
But what about those cells that stick around for a really, really long time or for your whole life? Like nerve, liver, or brain cells?
Great question. There is a special zone outside of the cell cycle called G0. G0 is basically a resting state where the cell is neither dividing or preparing to divide.
Ah, okay. So what are the other stages of this whole process?
I'll show you. Can I have the tablet for a second, please? Thank you. What are you looking at? Perfect. Now we can talk about prophase. Can you hold this again? Thank you. Prophase is the stage where chromosomes become visible. The nuclear envelope around the nucleus begins to disappear. After prophase comes metaphase. All of the chromosomes align in the middle of the cell, as you can see here. Spindle fibers from the poles of the cell attach themselves to the chromosomes and begin to pull.
So, do the chromosomes pull apart?
They do, but that does not occur in metaphase. That leads me to the next part of mitosis, Anaphase. As you can see from this illustration, in anaphase, the chromosomes are yanked to opposite poles of the cell. Now we call these chromatids. Next up is telophase. In this phase, two new nuclear envelopes are formed around the chromatids that anaphase tore in two. The chromatids begin to unwind and are stored as chromatin. The process is almost finished and the two new daughter cells are visibly splitting. Finally, cytokinesis finishes the job. Cytokinesis is the final stage of mitosis. This is when the cytoplasm of the cell separates. This forms two new daughter cells, allowing the process to begin again from interphase. Alright, we're done with this. Can I have this back? Thank you.
That is actually super amazing! I do have a couple questions left though. Is cell division always happening? And are many cells going through mitosis at the exact same time? Also, how long does the process take?
You know it, Jenny. Mitosis occurs all the time. Some cells, like nerve cells, do not go through this whole process and always stay in that G0 phase. However, other cells, like skin cells, go through it all the time. From G1 to cytokinesis, the whole process takes about 24 hours to complete. I just realized that this is the only class where multiplication and division are the same thing. Nice one, Jenny. And you're right. And there's the bell already. Time flies when you're having fun in science. I'll see you all tomorrow. If anyone asks you about mitosis, Make sure you have their undivided attention.